Frank Skinner.
Radio.
Welcome to not the weekend podcast. Nearly forgot what it was called, but no, we're off. We're introduced. This is Frank Skinner. I'm with Emily and with Gareth.
Hi, Frank.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Just a minute. He started early, the boy. Oh, it's the little things in life, isn't it, eh?
I used to love that programme, and I'd say to my dad, hello, hello's brilliant, and he would go, no, it's not. He didn't like it.
I think that'll probably do it for this week. I'd be happy with that as a little download on my way to work.
He didn't like it. The end.
What more can they want?
Yeah, exactly. They want blood, these people. Okay, so I'll tell you a strange story this week. A club burnt down in Liverpool. That might not
Was it
sound...
any great loss, really?
Well,
Is that news?
historically, it was the club where Ringo made his Beatles debut.
Oh.
Because you know, Pete Best was the drummer, and they
Famous
got
footballer.
yeah.
He
And
was
they,
the first one.
Ignore him.
He was the first one, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was the first. There might have been. Anyway,
No, but like Neil Francis was first before us.
Is he in the Beatles?
In that slot, yeah.
yeah, Neil Francis was in the Beatles. He only quit because I think he was snowed in when they went to Shea Stadium. Anyway, yeah, so this was where Ringo made his first appearance, and it burnt down this week. And I thought that's a bit odd. I'll tell you for why, because you may know from the news that they're knocking down, or they're planning to knock down, Liverpool Council, his birthplace, Ringo's birthplace.
Are they?
And also, you may not know this, but there's topiary in Liverpool. You know topiary?
Hedges.
Yes, when hedges are cut into shapes.
Yeah.
And there's
Every hedge is cut in a shape.
Well, I mean, a distinctive shape representing another object. And they've got the foreheads of the beat, not the foreheads.
The foreheads.
I mean, just the fringes. Yeah, but they've got the four Beatles, just the heads.
Oh, I know what
busts.
you mean, like in America, like the sort of Rocky
Like
Mount.
in America. What?
You know, with the presidents.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore, that's
No,
it.
but it's privet.
I know, no, anyone can go to Mount Rushmore.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a... So,
Sure, that's enough. Is that enough now?
well,
carry on.
I'd be happy. Shall we finish? No, let's go.
I love its privet. Come on then. So,
Sorry, I'm basking in that.
meanwhile, over.
Yeah. So
the
anyway,
privilege.
somebody cut the head off the Ringo.
Oh,
hedge.
God, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I mean deliberately. Apparently, he said something that Liverpool didn't mean anything to him anymore, and they'd grown irate, the Scousers, and cut that. I'm starting to wonder if this isn't a sort of Soviet Union-style erasing from history of Ringo Starr.
Oh,
The
yeah.
club he makes the debut, the birthplace, the privet head.
Wow.
You sound like Lloyd Grossman.
Yeah, exactly. Who would erase a scouse like... yeah, it's gone. It started well, it's gone. It's gone, the
Yeah,
voice.
well, they've got angry with him. It was ever since that, I'm warning you with peace and love, peace and love, peace and love.
Yeah.
No autographs after the 20th of October. I've got too much to do, not enough time. I'm warning you.
What has he got
Peace and
to
love,
do?
peace and love, peace and love.
What has he got to do, apart from hang around with that bloke with the stupid rainbow beard? That's all he does. And turns up at a gig that's often like an Eric Clapton gig and sings, "Every time I see your face." That's it. That's his life.
Thomas the Tank Engine, does he still do
He doesn't
Thomas
do
the
that
Tank Engine?
anymore.
That's since 1983.
All
No,
trains
I
are
think-
cancelled.
I think-
No more Thomas the Tank Engine.
I think...
Warning
with
you.
peace and love.
I think Colin Stagg does that now.
Oh, God.
Don't know who that is.
What? It's an innocent man. Can
Oh,
we
yeah, he is,
establish
that's
that?
true.
Yeah, I won't have him... It's that kind of reaction that made him unable to get a job for about 20 years. You make your aspersions. Florists, they do. Anyway.
Yeah, topiary again.
Yeah, topiary gets everywhere. But I always I don't know if I ever told you this story,
Yeah.
but I interviewed Ringo Starr. I had a chat show in the old days.
Oh, I love that chat
I've
show.
had my moments. And I interviewed Ringo, and afterwards, one of the guys who worked for me, they never ever asked a guest for a photo or autograph, but I mean, it's a Beatle. And he said...
it's Ringo, but it's still a Beatle.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, you know, I mean, there's only 2 left, you're going to grab them while you can. And he said... Oh, Ringo, I wonder if I could just have a quick... I'm a researcher on the show. I could just have a quick photo, won't you? And Ringo held his right hand in the air and went, "No, you're all right," and left, suggesting, "No, don't go to any bother. You don't have to have a photo with me."
I don't like you. That's very in the "I'm warning you" vein, isn't it?
That was the beginning, I think.
Well, I think it
No,
was.
you're all right. And also, his first album has got like a sort of robot on the cover, and it's holding its hand in that same position. It's the thing has formed over the years. He's grown like a canker. That's what he's done. Having said that, I always thought he should have had more lead vocals.
Yeah. All you got to do is act naturally. I thought that song was great.
Yeah, but I mean, what if he'd done some of the biggies? The long and winding road that leads to your door. I think it would have given
Help! I need somebody.
it would have been more convincing.
Yeah.
Because obviously he did need somebody.
He should just record them all again, himself, all by himself.
Oh, he probably has him.
Just
him
vocals and drums.
Him and Rainbow Beard. Oh no, Rainbow Beard will insist on being involved.
Which one shall we do now, Rainbow Beard?
Well, Ringo, I've always been quite a big fan of In My Life. You've got it. There are places I remember. That'll do it, Rainbow Beard. That one. I don't think he calls him that. I've met Rainbow Beard as well. He came with him to the
Rainbow
thing.
Beard the pirate. The gay pirate.
Well, he could be Greenpeace pirate.
Greenpeace pirate.
Who is he, that bloke, Rainbow Beard? He introduced... Ringo said, "This is my musical director." I thought, what? Of all the people to have a musical director, he's arrived 30 years too late.
What do you think, musical director? Don't do any. Don't do any
That's
anymore.
not the voice for Rainbow.
No,
Beard.
was it?
No.
We've established the voice. You can't just switch. Don't change your horses midstream.
You can't switch character like that.
Oh no! What about when he did that? Remember when Norwich Union became Aviva?
Oh yeah.
And Ringo would say, "If I'd still been called Richard Starkey, would I still have been famous?" And you thought, look, the nation is still reeling from the fact that you were famous anyway. Don't add what ifs.
And the nation was at that point still reeling from the warning on the 20th of October about the autograph.
With peace and love.
Yeah.
Dick Starkey is a brilliant name. Dick Starkey. Drummer, Dick Starkey.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think down to that voice.
Sorry.
Not the voice. I don't like that. No,
What's the
that's a baby.
crackling?
That's
Mistake.
Gareth doing.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Can you believe anyone? That's what happens when people get small children. That's how they communicate.
I can't bear
I was
it.
trying to make Emily smile.
Anyway, I predict in 100 years' time, no one will even know that Ringo existed. He will have been erased.
Oh, we're making predictions. Oh, goody.
What do you predict will happen in 100 years' time?
I predicted in 100 years Simon Cowell will rule the world.
In 100 years'
In
time?
100 years.
Cryogenically preserved?
Yeah.
Preserved. He's gonna, he'll live hundreds of years and there'll be a great reign of terror.
Why does he
Over
keep
the whole
talking?
Earth.
He's become Cheryl Cole's official spokesman.
Really?
He's always saying Cheryl, she's really struggling from this marriage. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we should say, today we accidentally had last week's papers to look at.
Yeah.
And it
I
had
felt
on the
physically
front-
sick as well.
Yeah, you
Because
don't
I've got
like
a
that.
phobia, as well as
Yeah, you
Lou
don't like
Reed,
that.
I've got a phobia about old newspapers.
Yeah, but those fish and chips were lovely. And there was Simon Cowell going on about...
Cheryl's such a star, she's brilliant. And I'm sure I've read this before.
Do you think it's because the Cowell... Do you think he's going to cover a whole series of slight noun switches?
Carol, someone called
Because
Carol.
he was telling me
will take
the other
off.
day what Coolio was thinking.
He wasn't telling you.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Have you met him? I met him. I liked him, actually. Anyway, never mind that. What about my trousers?
Yes, what happened with your trousers?
Well, I was on the receiving end of a grievous insult. which I'm sure you want to hear about.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So...
I just opened my Orangina because...
Oh, God, it's something with a toddler.
Well,
Well, I've heard some names for it.
No, because we started recording and then now the can came.
Oh,
after
expose
we
the
started
innards, why
recording.
don't you?
Sorry.
Open your Orangina.
Oh, my God, that's so loud, Frank.
It was, yeah.
Are you ready now?
I have to say, though, because we're toying with the idea of being sponsored on this thing. We've been offered sponsorship. And that would be a good way.
Other
wouldn't
orange
it?
drinks are available.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot to shake it to wake it.
How long are we going to go on about the Orangina?
Do you have to shake it to wake it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I used to be like that when I was your age. So, tell us about your trousers.
Oh, no,
your trousers, Mummy!
let's just
That
talk
was the
about...
trousers monster. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, they're
That's
not
what I call-
sponsoring us now, are they?
No, that's what I call it. Anyway, go on, tell us.
No, let's talk about Orangina cans opening.
No.
Okay.
Don't get
so,
sulky.
Okay, I won't. Listen about my trousers. Listen. So anyway, I'm getting all my clothes together, Frank.
That'd be a great catchphrase. Listen about my trousers. It's the ambiguity of the word about that it might mean that you have to listen at a series of vantage points in the trouser area. What you're listening for, I can only imagine.
Okay. Can we begin now?
Yes.
So, I'm getting my look together for AW 2010,
AW?
autumn winter,
Oh.
So that
A/W.
was your new robot boyfriend.
No, although he is rather nice. So I'm getting my look together, and there are all sorts of trends flying around, and one of them is the mannish trend. So it's
I'm
that
very
kind
good
of.
at that. I've got that down.
FYI,
Well, you
you're
say
not.
No, Frank.
I'd say you're toying with it, but you haven't really gone into the deep end.
It's this kind of very cool, like a kind of 40s film star look. Do you know what I mean by that? Like
Pipe?
slightly wide, no,
Small Brian.
wide-legged trousers. A bit of Vita Sackville West in its own way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you'd quite like it, Frank.
An Oxford bag of some kind.
Yeah, an Oxford bag, a brogue, a tasselled loafer. There's all sorts going on. Maybe even braces and a trilby.
Tie?
Oh no, that was last season. So
Okay.
I got these mannish
So cool,
trousers.
That was a cop tie, I think, last season.
They were in grey,
Yeah.
which again is very much colour this season. Took them to the tailor because I tried them on. You know when they're
That's good news for my hair.
well,
Took them to the tailor.
well,
What did
they're
you
a
take them
bit-
to the tailor
they're a
for?
bit roomy at the waist.
Oh.
A bit roomy at the waist.
Not
So-
roomy as in slightly liquefied and watery.
No, just they were too big at the waist.
Okay.
Because I have a small waist, but quite a big behind, so I have this problem. There's a disparity, you see, and it won't fix
You know,
itself.
you paint the most beautiful word pictures.
So anyway, so I went to get it altered, went to the tailor, as one does. And,
Can I ask one more question?
yes.
Did he have a tape measure around his neck?
Yes, he did.
Oh, God, I love it when they do that. Isn't that marv? I mean, who else
did.
does that?
He had a tape measure.
If you went to the butcher's, he doesn't have intestine around his neck.
No.
Not all the time.
So the tailor, I'm not sure, I think he's Greek. So I might have to do a slight accent. Am I allowed to?
I was hoping he'd be Jewish, but let's go on with it. Well, you want them to be, don't you? Okay, Greek.
And so I tried them on. I thought, I'll put them on. They look really nice on me, except for the waist bit. He looked at me, he looked me up and down, and he went, no, it's no good. I said, I beg your pardon? And now, when a man's just appraised your figure, you do not want him to be saying, is no good.
He wasn't talking about your figure.
No, but he meant he went, trouser, no, it's not good on you. I said, I beg your pardon?
God, he's a brave fellow.
He said, no, it's not being nice.
He's dead now.
No, he may as well be. He said, it's not being nice.
It's not being
being
nice.
It's not being nice. I don't care. I don't care what his personality's like. I just want you to fix them. It's not being nice. No, it's all wrong. No, sorry. And he held his hands up.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
they do that a lot.
So in the end, I thought, well, I got a bit sulky, as you can imagine.
What did he, was it a criticism of you?
No,
or the
what he
trousers?
was saying was that there's no way he could fix them to make them look nice. Because he said there was a baggy crotch, which there was.
But
Yeah.
you wanted that.
No, I didn't. But wait, I can't talk to you about fashion. You don't understand. So anyway, eventually I said, "Oh, I'll just take them back to the shop, shall I?" He went, "Yes, I think it's for the best." He actually said
Well,
that.
I mean, respect though, because he could have done it and you'd have had to have paid
Well,
him
exactly.
for it, knowing I like it when people say I'm taking my trousers to be altered. There's something fabulous about being altered. That they'll become something else. I'm taking my trousers to be altered. They're going to be a waistcoat.
Yeah.
Could you do that? If you went into a tailor's and said, could you turn these trousers into a waistcoat, would they do that?
Oh, yeah. Well, not this tailor.
Well, he might have liked it better as a waistcoat.
He wouldn't even take the waistband in. So anyway, so there you go, so I'm going to have to take them back.
I didn't know. I mean, did you present it as if it was optional?
No. So now I've got a pair of trousers going spare. Size 10, grey.
Man's
fancy?
trousers, perfect.
Yeah,
I
you
could
can have
do
them.
it.
A size 10, though, I don't know if that would... What size is that? What would be the
don't know.
waist size? Alone for their roominess, what would be the waist size, would you say?
Oh, I don't know, about 27?
27. Okay. What you need is a hostage. That's your best bet, I would say. I can't imagine.
Ethan. No, Ethan's not 27. He's got quite a tummy.
Well, when he's got his disposable on,
Yeah,
that must
oh,
up
yeah.
the waist
Over
size
the
a bit.
nappy.
Yeah.
Maybe you could consider that for the trousers. Just wear a nice nappy.
Speaking of Ethan, it's been quite a big week for... I should say that Ethan is Gareth's little boy.
He's a child.
Yes.
How old is he now?
Child is. He is 14 months old.
Okay.
And
Speaking?
yes.
That
Yes, he
riddle of
speaks.
paper is because I have something I'm going to read out in a second.
Oh.
He's speaking. He says a lot of words now. And
What's the best word he says?
the most complex word he says is didgeridoo.
That's quite... How did
quite
that crop
good.
up in
Well,
child
Oh, you taught
conversation?
him that to show off. I don't believe...
No, my attractive brother taught him didgeridoo. 'cause
Oh,
he
I
plays
love
the
it.
Didgeridoo.
He plays the didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that he plays the
But
didgeridoo.
it's kind of didgeridoo, didgeridoo. And some of the words you have to know what he's saying before you recognise them. But he can say door, no.
Okay, I'm bored already. So if I met him and went...
He wouldn't know that.
Would he identify that?
Maybe.
Well, let's try that.
He recognises things. But Laura's going back to work full time. She's a teacher.
Broken Britain.
And, yeah, she has to... we have to put him in the nursery.
Yeah.
But I look after him on Mondays. But we have to put him in the nursery 3 days a week.
Oh, I'm
Dad
glad
looked
we've
after him on Wednesday.
established your childcare arrangements.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's been quite traumatic. The first day we took him to the nursery, me and Laura went in together for like 40 minutes together just to sit there with the lady who was going to be his supervisor.
Well, it must be an emotional moment.
Well, Laura was ever so good. You know when something takes you by surprise, I realised I was on the brink of tears. And Laura basically had to do all the talking.
Did one of the
until
children give you a Chinese bath?
until like tears went down my face and I had to go, oh no, I've got a bit of a no, I had to blow my nose. But it was
But
very,
what was the nature of your upset?
I don't know, it was overwhelming. I think it was him going into an educational institution, which I found difficult.
Hold on, it's a nursery, not
but
King's College, Cambridge.
But there's he's going to Cambridge, he's very advanced.
Oh, he's one of those maths kids, isn't he? They're freaky.
Oh, they always grow up to be a bit odd.
I have. This is it's called a toddler diary sheet, and it is from the
Yes.
nursery.
So this is every day they fill in a sheet to tell you how it's gone.
Dirty nappies, AM, 0. Good news.
Good
Yeah.
morning, good morning.
Dirty nappies, PM. This time just a cross through it.
He only
What does
did-
that mean?
He only did the morning that day, so... he
Oh,
didn't
I'm
have
glad
the
we know that
opportunity.
now.
See, I don't know whether that was just like represented
Yeah.
a small skid.
Frank, what about when it says drank water, all of it? Greedy
Yes,
little thing.
yes.
All of
Greedy
it, you
little
say.
thing,
Yeah.
all of it.
Oh,
We don't know what that all of it is though, do we? That's
and
the thing.
then it says for dinner, which was...
For dear. So he gets per diems, did you say? Yes.
They get a per diem. Dinner, trio of bean broth. He
Three
ate
bean broth.
3 bean
The
broth.
trio was the clue.
Yeah.
Three
you
bean
see-
broth. Why do
do
they
you
have to
need-
make it sound like a nursery rhyme?
Do you need trio of 3 bean broth? Because isn't that 9?
Yeah.
I think this was probably just a verbal exercise. Trio of 3 bean broth with hot bread. All. Again, he ate it all.
No,
No, then it says none.
he ate none of the 3 bean broth
Oh, and all of the bread.
and all of the bread.
He didn't eat the trio of 3
wouldn't
bean
have
broth
it.
because
So-
Daddy couldn't say. I'm very much liking walk 10:30 to 11 o'clock. So Ethan says, actually, I'm snipping out for some air. You know, then if another nappy goes, I'm going to start vomiting. I'm just going to go and get a bit of air.
Pop, do you think he went along the dual carriageway like Alan Partridge? That's how I imagine him. But then, Frank,
he just looked in shops.
Confusingly, explain this away, will you? 10:30 to 11 a.m, walk, as said earlier. 10:35 to 11:30, slept. Now, riddle me that.
He sleepwalked. I've told you never bring up Ethan's somnambulism on this show. But no, you had to mention it.
He went for a walk. Took him out in the pushchair and he fell right asleep. That's what happened.
Oh.
That classes as a walk if you're in a pushchair.
Yeah, that's what... Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this is the strange thing. General comment at the bottom. I thought, well, that's good. Are they called teachers, or what are they called?
I think she's a supervisor.
Supervisor.
Like in prisons.
Yeah, the super.
Yeah.
Call her the soup.
Let's call her Mrs. Rushton. So Mrs. Rushton, right? Mrs. Rushton says, well, actually, she actually writes it as if she's Ethan. This is what. Hi.
I think it's very arrogant.
Hi, Mummy and Daddy, it says. I've had fun today. I really did cry when you left me. Now, he probably didn't, but that's what parents want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want Elaine to cuddle me.
Well, nor would I, someone called Elaine.
No. Ginger. Almost certainly Ginger.
That's the super.
Dirty old
That's
70s,
the super.
70s
What,
paws
Mrs.
all
Rushton?
over me. Some 70s woman trying to hug you.
I went up. Well, I didn't mind it at the time. I went over to the gate and just stood there for a little while. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Yes.
I don't know why they've told us.
Do you think that's true?
I think they're trying to make it sadder
true.
than it is, though.
No, they're trying to cover. He did really cry because I had to leave him while he was still crying. And then
Why are they reminding you of it?
And then he stood by the gate and didn't want anyone to comfort him.
I've done that. I'm like that at the Albion most weekends. I played with the Lego and shape sorters, which is the child version of
Then it says, Frank,
Weight Watchers.
I had a lovely buttery cracker.
Yeah,
Which was a departure from...
I don't know about you, I ate it when that happens. I went for a walk, but I fell asleep. That happened to me a lot when I was drinking. I should check that out, Gareth. Already I can write. Oh, that's a bit of a joke. And finally...
Oh, she's doing comedy.
I was just dictating this, as I can't really write yet. It really isn't bad here. Can I come again? Love, Ethan. And that's someone plugging for trade through the voice of a child.
Yeah.
And how many times has he been now?
He's been... he had his first full day all by himself yesterday.
And would you say he's settled?
No, he hasn't settled yet.
Okay. So, what's new with you, Emily?
I'm very curious to know something. What looks are you going to be sporting? We were talking about my trousers earlier, but what will you guys be going for? Because there are a lot of trends this autumn-winter. It's very strong fashion. We've got coats-wise. I mean, I've got 3 already.
3 coats.
Apparently, the fashion rule is...
Last one was gloss.
Oh, if you haven't bought it by the end of August, forget it. I mean, you're never going to get a nice one. So you've got to get an aviator jacket, which I've got already.
I've already got one of those, which I bought.
Have you?
The first gig I ever got paid for, 50 quid I got paid, absolutely died as a night of misery.
Oh.
And I thought, I'm going to buy something that's some sort of compensation for this rather than just fritter it away on sweets. And I bought an aviator jacket for 50 quid from Camden Market. I've still got it.
Oh, Frank, you're so on trend. I love it.
Wow.
Well,
sort of
or you can go for camel.
way.
Camel.
Camel?
Yeah. Yep. The colour camel.
Humps.
Oh.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sorry.
No, the colour camel. Or you can go for sort of your classic tailoring, which is very in.
Yeah.
So which will you choose? There are all sorts of other trends.
Classic tailoring. What other ones have we got to choose from?
Well, I've given you 3. How many more trends do you
fancy
want?
camel.
You can have glam goth.
You don't fancy... I had a camel jacket, it spat at me.
Oh. Oh, what about the alpine trend? That'll look nice on you guys. You know, it's sort of those big, it's like...
Lumberjack.
Fancy... No, don't tell me what it is before I've explained.
Lederhosen.
No, you'll never be able to guess. Actually, it is a bit lederhosen. It's that sort of look. It's a bit Tyrolean. It's like a sort of chunky knit jumper with a pattern on it, maybe, and a bit of fantasy fur.
It sounds Brandrethian. That's what it sounds. Brandrethian. Well,
I will pertain to Giles Brandreth.
Thanks. Yeah. I don't imply you as a footnote. Don't think that for a second. My style has kind of been chosen for me.
Go on.
Because, I'm going to sniff. I was walking...
Is it because you wear the clothes you already own?
Well, no, but I bought most. Actually, I didn't buy that many of them, come to think of it. But anyway, I was walking along Carnaby Street. I feel like we should have some 60s music for this. I don't think... Go, walking down Carnaby Street.
Imagine it was sort of a bit French feeling.
Why?
And play the hello music.
Don't ever prompt.
We can cut that out.
So, I
Please,
wish you
God,
would.
Let's cut it out.
So I was walking past a mod shop, and a man came out and said, all right, Frank. He said, do you want some free clothes?
Wow.
So I went in and I selected several mod... Well, I only had mod clothes, so I bought some, I didn't buy. I chose some mod jacket, pair of mod trousers, mod shirt.
And there's the one on Carnaby Street.
Well, there's two or three. I don't know identify in case people think... I don't want a load of celebrities turn up and saying, where's my free clothes?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that Brazier chap. What's he called?
Jeff Brazier.
Jeff Brazier.
Oh, you had a run-in with him at the Celebrity Gift Lounge with sunglasses.
Yes, yeah.
9 pairs.
So, basically, I'm going to be wearing a Crombie.
Oh, yeah, I like you in a Crombie.
Yes, I've just gone completely mod. And there was no decision-making. It was just the free stuff. If I'd have been walking past, say, a...
Laura Ashley.
Yeah. Or maybe a medieval armourer. If it had been free, I'd have gone for that. Although I'm liking the look of the cape.
Oh, Frank, I'm glad you raised the cape.
Well, God knows I've raised the cape before over the years. I'm thinking with a cape, because you've got the no sleep, you can take... I'm thinking I could be on, say, the Tube in my cape. And people could suddenly start looking around saying, where's that ukulele music? Underneath the cape, like the legs of a swan underneath the graceful bird. Imagine the fun you could have.
I'm seeing you in a cape. And I'm seeing you in a gilet, Gareth.
What?
A gilet.
He's a French midfielder.
No, I think a cape would be good for you.
Yeah, it'd be great.
You going camel or slate?
I'm thinking I might go alpaca. I like the teeth. My big problem, fashion-wise, I'll be straight with you, is I have a very big head.
Yeah, I won't deny that.
No, but I mean physically. A
I know.
A wardrobe lady once said to me that apart from Benny Hill, I'd got the biggest head she'd ever had to wrap anything around.
Wow.
And I was being born at the time.
Wrapping around your head?
And, yeah, so I can't really wear hats unless they're very, very stretchy. I mean, I can never get a trilby that fits me. It just sits on the top like a terrible potato head, man.
So maybe one of those chunky knit jumpers would be good, because it would bulk out your body and make your head not seem like very large in proportion.
A bit Stretch Armstrong-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that. Shoulder
Something
pads.
to accentuate your body.
What will you be wearing this AW?
Oh, well done, Frank.
Thanks.
I'll be wearing this cardigan you bought me for my birthday.
You haven't taken that off.
Yes,
Get some more
that's my
clothes.
greatest garment. I can't afford anymore.
You're going to have to wear more. It's going to be like Top Cat. You're going to wear a straw boat and a waistcoat and nothing else. Coin on a string. I mean, it works.
This is Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.